Hi everyone and welcome to Positively Kimmie. I am Kimmie. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. And if you're one of my returning subscribers and my besties, hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all having an amazing day, amazing middle of the week. Happy hump day to all of you. And welcome to What's Up Wednesdays, where I tell you a little bit about what's going on in my life so you get to know me a little bit better. And today is a doozy. Was it a good day? Was it a bad day? We have no idea just yet. The day is still just half over. So I need to talk and I need to vent a little bit. I'm hoping you guys will be my sounding board and hang out with me for a little while. I promise we're still going to keep it positive. We're going to keep the great outlook on life and everything. And yeah, so I'm hoping you guys will stay with me. And if you like my content, if you don't mind liking and subscribing, I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. Actually, I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers because that's what we're manifesting at this time. But right now, I'd like to reach 500. So if you can help me in my journey, I would really and truly appreciate it. All right, so first things first is health. And this is going to be a lot more than health, so please don't click off. My stomach is 1,000% better now. It is so good. I am not vomiting anymore. I am not getting sick to my stomach. I'm not nauseous. It is a blessing and such a godsend. I went to see my PCP and he said, I'm happy for you that all those things are happening, but you're not really out of the woods until 6-month mark from your last surgery has hit. And my last surgery was May 1st. So tomorrow is June 1st, which is 1 month. And we're just going to count those days down. All right. The next thing is I went to my pain doctor today. I have chronic pain. I have a lot of hardware in my body. I had from C2 all the way down to T2 done. There are rods and screws and plates and lots of fun things. I had my right hip replaced completely. I need to have, I had my L5 and S1 fused because I had spinal stenosis. I need to have my left hip replaced still. I need to have my L3 and L4 fused back together, but we're holding off on all surgeries right now because we just got through a really, really big one and we're not doing anything unless I'm in excruciating pain, and I don't see that in the foreseeable future because I feel so great right now. We're going to hold off until next year before we even think about doing any of those other things. They're on the board, but they can be taken off the table at any time. So that's that. Now, on Memorial Day, we weren't planning on doing anything. So my neighbor, whose grandson I talked to you guys about, was outside. He was coming home from work, and I asked him, I said, by any chance, are you going to barbecue? Because I have a few things I'd like to throw on your grill. He said yes. His family was there, just a small gathering of people, and his grandson was there. With that, my son, daughter-in-law, and my grandson pull up, and we had the best day ever watching two children because his grandson is 3 and my grandson is 15 months. And my grandson was throwing a temper tantrum, which he does quite a lot. He's hitting the terrible 2s before he turns 2. And my friend's grandson looks at him and he's like, why does he do that? And my daughter-in-law turns around and she's like, well, that's because he's a baby. And he's like, is there any way to make those things stop? And she's like, I wish you could tell me how. And out of the mouths of babes, because we were cracking up. I mean, this little kid has piercing blue eyes. My grandson has also gorgeous blue eyes. And we just had a nice day. Everybody was interacting. We were walking back and forth because I live in an apartment complex. And we were grilling outside in the back of my building. And I didn't know my son and daughter-in-law were going to be doing that otherwise. And they were cooking for the week for their house. They weren't barbecuing for people. So we were all out there. We were all having a great time. Perfect, right? I had a really great time. Everybody did. And it was so nice. So all of a sudden, I come in the house. And I'm like, okay, let me take a shower. Let me get undressed and take a shower and turn on the TV, get in my recliner and just chill, right? That's what I was planning on doing. All of a sudden, that's not what happens. What happens is I go to turn on the TV and it says no Wi-Fi. I'm telling you, I have internet in this house. I know I do. So I thought maybe what happened was when I was sitting back where my neighbor was, that for some strange reason that I picked up on his internet and it was just going to take a while to reboot. In the meantime, I did all the things, like all the things you can do. I unplugged things, I unplugged the power cords, I rebooted the system 1,000,001 times, and nothing was working. So around 10 o'clock at night, I call Cablevision and I am on the phone with them for legitimately an hour and a half. And they're having me do the same things that I just did with the exception of one step that I didn't know to do. All of a sudden she's like, all right, well, we'll get a tech out tomorrow to you, which would be the day after Memorial Day. And because you're a priority, and I'm thinking, yes, we're going to get someone first thing in the morning. This is good. It will get fixed. We're going to schedule you between 10 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night because we think you have nothing better to do than stay home all day. And I'm sitting there like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. But you know what? If it gets fixed, I can get on the internet. My family can get on the internet. We can get on our computers, check our banking, do whatever it is that we have to do. Well, lo and behold, the tech eventually comes at 1:30, which I thought was awesome. I didn't want him there too early. I definitely didn't want him there at 10 o'clock. Since I've gotten the surgery, I can't motivate that early. So I was really, really glad he came when he did. And he's looking at it and he's doing his things and all the things. And he's like, well, your box is not working. And I'm like, okay, what do we do? So he goes into his truck, he gets a box. And when he's going to his truck, I'm like, oh my God, I need the remote from my TV. I need to find out what's going on with my TV because it just says internet not available and nothing's going on. Well, I looked for that damn remote. Okay, I looked for it. I had my ex-husband look for it. I've had everybody in this house looking for it. Now, it was in my room, which is not big. I mean, it's like an 8x10. It's like a jail cell. It's like an 8x10. And I could not believe that I could not find this. So the only thing I can think of, because I had been going crazy with this, is that I have a garbage can next to my chair and I kept throwing out garbage and maybe it fell in there and I didn't notice it when I threw it out. So in the meantime, the cable guy comes in and our internet is now all on and everyone's like, yay, so excited, our internet's working. So when he's doing the box, it's on 2% for like 10 minutes. Then all of a sudden, I'm looking and he's having a really hard time and he's like, oh, well, by now it should be at 49%. And then it goes right up to 100. Well, 12 minutes later, it finally reboots. And he's like, okay, we changed your password. We changed your username. This is what you're going to be doing now. This is what you have to put into your phones. This is what you have to put into your computers. All right, cool. So I asked him, I said, listen, I need a remote for the TV in my room because I just literally lost mine. Like, I've also lost my mind, but I lost my remote. He hands me a remote and proceeds to leave. All right, cool. No big deal. Everybody's happy. My mom does not have a smart TV. My living room is not a smart TV, but my TV is. So I put the batteries in. Yes, they were in the right way, Felicia. Yes, they were, Karen. I see you. So I do that. And nothing. It just keeps saying, internet not available. We cannot verify the Wi-Fi for this house. And I'm like, mother. So I call up Cablevision again. And they say, well, when you find your box, because we can't troubleshoot a problem unless you have access to your cable box or the TV box, because there's no way for us to reboot anything or tell you what to do because you don't have a remote to do it anyway. And I'm like, all right, fine. That's awesome. What am I going to do? So I leave today and hoping that people were going to come in here and tear my room apart for me to see if they could find it. Lo and behold, it's still not in this house. I don't know how it jumped ship. I don't know how and where it went. I have no idea. So I'm now even more frustrated because today I had to go out. I had my doctor's appointment and everything was really good with that. Then I had to go to Walmart with my ex-husband, and he took me to one that's 40 minutes away from our house when we have one that's 15 minutes away. Yes, it was bigger. Yes, there was more stuff, But someone like me who has so many walking problems and stuff like that does not need to go 40 minutes away to walk the giant Walmart thing store, and it's split into sections, so you can either walk in on the grocery side or the other side. We walked in on the grocery side because I needed to pick up like 5 or 6 things. So we go there. I spent a little bit more money than I wanted to, and it's no big deal. Well, I get home and I stopped at Cablevision. I gave them my old remote. They gave me a brand new remote. And yes, I've been checking the batteries. So Karen, Susie, I see you. You just need to know that I've been doing everything that I'm supposed to do. So it's very frustrating for me because now I know the box that they gave me today is not working. Our internet is still slow as molasses, and I have to call them and still will not know what's going on with my TV. So I decided, because there was a message saying use your Vizio box to help you, or your app or whatever. I'm not technologically advanced or even beginner level. Like, I'm at kindergarten level when it comes to technology. So I don't know how to use my telephone to turn on my TV or do any of that. I don't know if I can. So I order another remote from Vizio, which is a smart TV that I have in my room, and hopefully it will be here, because it didn't say when it was going to ship. It didn't say what country it was coming from. It didn't give me any idea of when the delivery time frame was going to be, so I just have to check my emails for that. So I am incredibly frustrated because now we're on day 3 with no television. And I don't care who you are, you might like your smartphone, but when you get home, you don't want to hold it. Even if you have a stand, it is not the same as watching it on TV and being able to daze out and do all those things, because then you have the commercials and you have to skip the ads and you have to do a lot of things. So that's where I am with cable. Then last night also, I decided I was going to sleep over my sister's house. Love my sissy, love her to pieces. You guys already know that. But I got bit by the most giant random mosquito in the world, excuse me. And you can see right here, I have been scratching it because it hurts like hell. And then, if I could stand up a little tiny bit, I'm going to show you the ones on my side. Let me see, let's put you back a tiny bit. Okay, and look at these. Do you guys see those? Okay, so I think, in my humble opinion, I am having an allergic reaction to the mosquitoes. That's what I'm sitting here thinking right now. Because they are itchy as anything. I've tried calamine, I've tried alcohol, and if you guys have any other suggestions on how to get a mosquito bite that probably you're having a reaction to, since last night I've taken Benadryl. I'm getting tired from the Benadryl. Please let me know. I do appreciate it. So in a nutshell, I'm frustrated because I have no TV. When I have internet, it will stop midway. So it's possible that this video isn't even being made right now, or when you watch it, it will just stop midway. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. But I do have a good outlook, because I'm going to get back on the phone with these bleeps, and I am going to do all the things all over again and see if I can become another priority number 1 for tomorrow, and see whether or not priority number 1, you think that it would be a smaller time frame, and try and find out if they can help in any way, because I really do need help with this. So with that being said, please pray for me. Keep your fingers crossed if you do not mind. And in the meantime, be happy, be healthy, be blessed, and most of all, be positively you, because there's nobody else quite like you. And I know God's so glad that there's nobody else like me. And that makes me so incredibly happy. So you guys have an amazing night. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. So do you think it's a hands up or a hands down? I got to figure this one out still.